Blaming others for your problems. It's a habit many of us fall into, but why do we do it? And what impact does it have on our lives? Today, we're diving deep into this topic to understand the psychological, social, and personal implications of blaming others. Why do we shift responsibility, and what are the pros and cons of this behavior? Is it ever justified, or does it always lead to negative outcomes? Let's look at the psychological reasons behind blaming others. It often stems from a defense mechanism to protect our self-esteem. By shifting blame, we avoid confronting our own shortcomings, which can be uncomfortable. However, this behavior has significant downsides. Socially, it can damage relationships and erode trust. Personally, it prevents us from learning from our mistakes and growing as individuals. While blaming others might sometimes feel justified, it's crucial to recognize that taking responsibility is a more productive approach. It leads to personal growth, stronger relationships, and a healthier mindset. First, let's look at why people tend to blame others. Psychologically, it's a defense mechanism. When things go wrong, blaming someone else can be a way to protect our self-esteem and avoid feelings of guilt or failure. It's easier to point the finger at someone else than to face our own shortcomings. However, there are significant downsides to this behavior. Blaming others can damage relationships. When we constantly hold others responsible for our problems, it creates resentment and erodes trust. Over time, friends, family, and colleagues may distance themselves from someone who never takes responsibility for their actions. Additionally, shifting blame prevents personal growth. By not acknowledging our mistakes, we miss opportunities to learn and improve. Taking responsibility, on the other hand, allows us to reflect on what went wrong and make necessary changes to avoid repeating the same mistakes. Socially, the habit of blaming can create a toxic environment. In workplaces, it can lead to a culture of fear and mistrust, where people are more focused on avoiding blame than working collaboratively. This not only hinders productivity, but also stifles creativity and innovation. So how can we break the cycle of blame? Start by practicing self-awareness. When something goes wrong, take a moment to reflect on your role in the situation. Ask yourself what you could have done differently and what you can learn from the experience. Communicate openly with others and be willing to admit your mistakes. This fosters an environment of trust and mutual respect. By taking responsibility, you not only improve your relationships, but also pave the way for personal and professional growth. On a personal level, blaming others prevents growth. Taking responsibility for our mistakes is crucial for learning and self-improvement. When we refuse to acknowledge our role in our problems, we miss out on valuable lessons and opportunities for personal development. Let's consider the social implications. In a team or community setting, shifting blame can lead to a toxic environment. It creates a culture of fear and distrust, where people are more concerned with avoiding blame than working together to solve problems. This can severely impact productivity and morale. When team members constantly blame each other, it erodes trust and hinders effective communication. People become more focused on protecting themselves than on contributing to the group's success. This atmosphere stifles creativity and collaboration, making it difficult to achieve common goals. Furthermore, a blame culture can have long-term consequences for an organization. It can lead to high employee turnover, as individuals seek healthier work environments. The constant stress and negativity can also take a toll on mental health, leading to burnout and disengagement. So, how can we foster a more positive and productive environment? It starts with accountability. Encourage open communication where team members feel safe to admit mistakes and discuss solutions. Leaders should model this behavior by owning their errors and focusing on learning rather than punishment. By shifting from a blame culture to one of accountability and support, we can create a more collaborative and innovative atmosphere. This not only improves relationships within the team but also enhances overall productivity and job satisfaction. Despite these negatives, there are some situations where attributing blame is necessary. In cases of systemic issues or injustice, identifying the responsible parties is crucial for accountability and change. Blaming corrupt officials or faulty systems can be a step towards addressing and rectifying larger societal problems. Yet, even in these cases, it's essential to balance blame with solutions. Focusing solely on who is at fault without working towards a resolution can perpetuate the problem. Constructive criticism and proactive problem-solving are key to making meaningful progress. When dealing with systemic issues, it's important to gather evidence and present a clear case. This not only helps in identifying the root causes, but also in formulating effective strategies to tackle the issues. Accountability should be paired with actionable steps that lead to improvement and reform. For example, in addressing corruption, it's not enough to simply blame the individuals involved. There must also be efforts to strengthen institutions, implement anti-corruption measures, and promote transparency. This dual approach ensures that while those responsible are held accountable, the system as a whole becomes more resilient against future issues. Similarly, in cases of social injustice, identifying the underlying causes is just the first step. It's crucial to work on policies and initiatives that promote equality and justice. By focusing on solutions, we can create lasting change that addresses both the symptoms and the root causes of the problem. In summary, while blaming can be necessary for accountability, it must be coupled with a focus on solutions. This balanced approach not only addresses the immediate issue, but also paves the way for sustainable improvement and progress. So, what are the alternatives to blaming others? One effective approach is to practice self-reflection and accountability. By acknowledging our role in a problem, we can learn from our mistakes and take steps to improve. This not only enhances personal growth, but also builds trust and respect in our relationships. Another strategy is to foster a solution-oriented mindset. Instead of fixating on who caused the problem, focus on how to fix it. This shift in perspective encourages collaboration and constructive problem-solving, leading to better outcomes for everyone involved. Self-reflection involves taking a step back and analyzing the situation objectively. Ask yourself questions like, what could I have done differently? What can I learn from this experience? By doing this, you turn a potentially negative situation into an opportunity for growth and development. Accountability means owning up to your actions and their consequences. It's about being honest with yourself and others, and taking responsibility for your part in the problem. This approach not only helps you gain respect, but also encourages others to do the same, creating a culture of mutual trust and integrity. Adopting a solution-oriented mindset means shifting your focus from blame to action. When a problem arises, concentrate on finding practical solutions rather than dwelling on past mistakes. This approach promotes teamwork and innovation, as everyone works together to address the issue and prevent it from happening again. Incorporating these strategies into your daily life can transform how you handle challenges. By focusing on self-reflection, accountability, and solutions, you create a positive environment that fosters growth, cooperation, and success. So next time you're faced with a problem, remember, it's not about who to blame, but how to make things better. Ever find yourself pointing fingers when things go wrong? It's tempting, right? Blaming others might feel like a quick fix, but it's a trap. It doesn't solve anything. In fact, it can make things worse. Think about it. When you blame someone else, you're not taking ownership of the situation. You're not learning from it. Instead, you're damaging relationships and hindering your own growth. Sure, there are times when assigning blame is necessary for accountability. But here's the key: balance. Instead of getting stuck in the blame game, focus on solutions. Take responsibility for your part, and encourage others to do the same. By adopting this proactive mindset, you'll not only strengthen your relationships, but also pave the way for positive outcomes. Remember, it's not about finding fault, it's about finding solutions. So next time something goes awry, resist the urge to blame. Instead, channel that energy into constructive action. Trust me, you'll thank yourself later.